Hey guys, what's up? I know I've been gone for a hot minute. Been training in Camp Pendleton, California. Just had a range in Camp Bowie, Texas, and now I'm here in Kentucky, right by Fort Knox. So, been a busy month, but it's also been fun. Had a bunch of experiences, and hopefully I can tell you guys a little bit about them later. But today I'm gonna talk about 5 reasons why I joined the Marine Corps. So reason number 1 is because of the family legacy I had growing up. So my grandpa actually was a Marine. I didn't really get to know him that much. I knew him like his maybe like last few years of his life, but I was too young to remember most of it. But growing up, my mom remarried or not remarried, but married my stepdad, and that's when I was first introduced to the Marine Corps. I didn't really know anything about it at the time, but once she married him, we moved to Camp Pendleton, California, where I grew up for 8 years, and I absolutely was immersed by the Marine Corps culture. I loved it, everything about it. I loved seeing them train. I loved seeing the cannons, the Cobras, the LAVs, everything. I love seeing everything, and I love seeing the determination, the motivation that Marines gave every day, especially seeing them come home from deployment, leaving to deployment, just day to day going to work. I just loved it. And I love the family days. I love the little things they have for the kids. And for that really brought it home to me that this is what I want to do when I grow up, and something I want to later on introduce my son into. But let's see. Reason number 2, is my best friends. So when I grew up on Camp Pendleton, ran into a whole bunch of military brats who will still be my friends today. And sounds corny, but when we were younger, we made a little pact that we're going to join the Marine Corps together, that we're going to stay lifelong best friends and everything. And a few of us did. We did join the Marine Corps together, and we had a few experiences in the field and everything like that. Others went to college, and then they'll join later on after they graduate and go to OCS. And then some of them are even professional rugby players, football players. You might know them, but I'm not going to say their names. And yeah, we just all had that mentality that this is what we want to do, this is what we're going to accomplish, and we're going to be brothers to the very end. And that's something that motivated me to join the Marine Corps, is that my friend who's a couple thousand miles away is joining the Marines, so I'm going to join the Marines too. And it's been an amazing ride. Reason number 3 is that I wanted to take a challenge. Marine Corps is known to be very challenging, very physically demanding, mentally and emotionally. It's definitely not for the weak-hearted, and that's why you'll hear the competitiveness between the branches is that we refer to the Air Force as the chair force, even though they do a lot, but we still see that we have the most physically demanding requirements, that we have a lot of academics, and that you can even look through the Marine Corps legacy that the Marine Corps has accomplished so much more with just very few personnel compared to what other branches have done in their past. The Marine Corps is comprised of the Air Force, Navy, and Army components within just one branch, which I think is absolutely amazing. And it's just badass overall. You'll hear it in the Marine Corps all the time that we're the 911 force of the whole world. And it's pretty motivating. It's very challenging, like I said, because you're going to go through a lot physically. And it doesn't stop. There's always something that's going to kick your ass. There's something, even if you're there, like you could take a 25-mile hike with like 100 pounds of gear, fully soaked, and you could just take it. Then you get to like that competitive stage to where you just add on more gear because you want to be better. You just got to better yourself. And people get scared that, hey, it's too challenging, that I can't do it, and blah blah blah, so I'm gonna join the Navy, Air Force, Army, where their standards are a little bit lax. I hear that too, but it's not. You're gonna feel so much better knowing what you have accomplished and looking back on it later on, because you always hear people from other branches say, well, I was going to join the Marines, but they always give some excuse. And you feel like this, freaking listen to them. You're not. You're just gonna... It's gonna bug you hearing that shit. And definitely take the challenge or look into it. There's always gonna be something more challenging, more physically demanding, if not more mentally. If you're scared of boot camp, just take it chow by chow. You're gonna hear that a lot, from meal to meal, and the days will go by fast. You don't have to worry about it. And if it doesn't, and you're like, man, I want to give up and everything, look to your left, look to your right, and you're gonna see that you're not the only one. That's what motivated me a lot during the best times, is that I'm not the only one. That's one thing I love about the Marine Corps, is that no matter what you're going through, you're not alone. You could be going through, like, swimming through a river, all muddy, gross, just miserable while it's pouring rain on you and all the mud's running down in the river. But you're not alone. Other people have done it before you, and you're with your one of your best friends, enduring it all, and it just brings you that much closer. That brings me to reason number 4, is brotherhood / sisterhood, and it's something that you can't really put into words. It's that you have this like bond to where you're more closer to the people you meet in the Marine Corps than you are to like your own family, to people who grew up with you. And that's just because of the times you get put. Like, you gotta embrace the suck, and you do it with the Marine right next to you. And that's something I absolutely love, because even if you're on leave, or your friend's on leave, or you're just out of the Marine Corps, you can still call any one of the Marines that you trained with new, and they'll help you out to the best of your abilities. Like about a couple months ago, is that we're doing like this long road trip and we're in the desert, and this guy had like a huge Marine Corps emblem on like the back of his truck, and I'm not sure what happened, but I think his tire blew out, and he got pulled on the side of the road, and he didn't have like a spare tire. Yet you saw 2 or 3 other cars within about 30 minutes to an hour pull over to help him out, and he eventually got out. He was I want to say Vietnam era Marine, but I remember meeting him, and he was amazing. He was a pretty cool guy, and that's just something you don't really see in like other branches, is that brotherhood that you always hear about in the Marines. And you'll experience that, maybe not in boot camp where everyone's stressed out, everyone's miserable, everyone's just missing home, but you'll experience it, and it's going to be something that it's going to carry out with you. Not just in your Marine Corps career, but in your life. And I will not replace any one of my brothers or sisters. It's just something unbelievable, because I could call any one of them right now, and and we could carry on a conversation for like an hour, just talking about how we've been. And they know they could count on me no matter what. No matter what they need, I'll always be there for them, and they're the same way with them. And just wait until you experience that. I know it's not the same for other branches. I've heard stories from some of my Army friends, some of my Air Force buddies, some of my Navy friends, is that they can't believe how close we are, because we are a family within the Marine Corps. No matter what, we're a family. We're always brothers and sisters, and we'll do anything for each other no matter what. So reason number 5 is opportunities. Every Marine's a rifleman, no matter what your MOS is, and you are trained as a basic infantryman from the start, and later on throughout you gain time in your Marine Corps career, is that you'll go to the field, you do a lot of ranges, you'll do a lot of land nav, you'll do a lot of Mount Town, which is just like a city type of environment for you to go through, and you'll do a lot of cross training, so you won't just learn what you're going into the Marine Corps to do. You'll do, like right now, if you guys don't know, my MOS is 0411 Maintenance Management Specialist. My job is to supervise all ground site maintenance within my unit, and sometimes within my division or regiment. But I do all that, and yet I can do, I can go out in the field, just go shooting, do whatever they need me to do, because you go out in the field for numerous reasons, either just to learn the environment, just to go out to the range, do land nav, do rappelling, just a bunch of other things to do. And yet you'll be gained with like all these different opportunities just just for you to become a better Marine later on. And that's something that I know other branches don't really get into, is that the Marine Corps wants you to like cross-train, to be proficient in other aspects, so that, let's say later on shit happens and your buddy goes down, that you're able to do his job no matter what the mission is, that you can do another Marine's job if shit goes down. Mission always comes first. That's one thing I love about the Marine Corps. Mission always comes first, but we'll never leave a brother behind. And it's just crazy to think that you get to experience. I feel like you get to experience a lot more in the Marine Corps, because not just do we comprise everything into one branch, is that they allow you to do things that a lot of other branches don't. Like, I know Marines that are adamant and they go to jump school, which they don't even need to, or they go to dive school and they do stuff like that. And like myself, like I said, ground site maintenance, yet I find myself in I find myself in the air sometimes. And that's one thing I absolutely love. Another thing is that Marine Corps offers you McMap. If you guys don't know why we have different colored belts, is that those are our mixed martial arts belts in the Marine Corps. And every Marine is determined to get a next belt. And that's one thing I absolutely love, is the competitiveness and the opportunity. Because I know the Navy doesn't really have mixed martial arts, or the Air Force doesn't. I know the Army's starting to, but the Marine Corps is already developed, already has a program in place. And they want you to pursue the best possible you. Even if that means spending hours in like a dojo, spending hours physically training, spending hours on you, being the best you, taking care of yourself. And it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot, especially being thrown on the mat a couple times, hip throw, shoulder toss. It's gonna hurt, but it's what makes it fun, because you're gonna be with your buds and you're gonna be going through all the same pain. You're gonna be sore as hell together. But yeah, guys, those are my 5 reasons. I know this is a long video, but just kind of want to get into it, especially for anyone who's thinking about the Marine Corps. If you guys have any questions about the Marines, if you have any questions of why I chose the reserves, even though I'm trying to go active now, I'll tell you more about that in a different video. But like I said, if you guys have any questions, comment, message me, and I hope to see you guys, and hope to see you guys in the Marines, the world's greatest fighting force. And best of luck to you guys. If you guys are shipping out to boot camp, best of luck. 1st Battalion is the best. But good luck.